6, a helping hand with your land.
Hi, Nate here with Messick Farm Equipment. I'm an e-commerce salesman here for a dealership. Today I want to go over with you some of the different make models and scale sizes of toys that we carry. We're going to start here with some plush toys. We can get these from Scale New Holland. We also have some Kubota ones. Universal Hobbies makes these. They're pretty big size for any kid you have there at home, and they also have some smaller ones. As for Kubota toys, we carry plastic versions for just any day play really, and then we also carry some die-cast stuff. New Ray makes the plastic toys for Kubota, and then Universal Hobbies produces the high-end detailed stuff. Probably our biggest carrier is ERTL. We get Case IH and New Holland from ERTL. They make anything from 64 up or down to 16 scale, so they make small stuff to big stuff, very detailed, collector oriented, and also for everyday play. We also carry one bush hog from Die-Cast Promotions, a very nice 2815 rotary cutter. And lastly, SpecCast. We're a SpecCast dealership, so we mainly carry Case, IH, and Farmall for that. We can also get brands that we don't necessarily carry here in store. John Deere, AGCO, some older Caterpillar stuff they also make, and Kinsey. So even if we may not be a dealer for it, we can still get you any kind of toy needs you're looking for. Next, we're going to go over and take a look at some different scale sizes that we have to offer here for you. So the 1/64 scale, I would say, is probably the most popular. That being said, because there's so many different options, they're small enough, they're priced really, really well. So here in my hand, we got some Case and New Holland ERTL 64 scale toys. 64 scale, like I said, is probably the most popular. A lot of kids play with them. There's people out there that even make just different die-cast sets of 1/64 scale tractors. And there's sometimes even a lot of chase units and that kind of thing that come out with 64 scale. They can either be used to play with or collectibles. And like I said, this is an ERTL toy. As you see here in my hand that I have now, this is a smaller, old, what do we got here? This is an old IH Farmall. This is made by Universal Hobbies, and as you can see, the box states that it's a 1/43 scale, but if you compare it to ERTL, it kind of looks like a 64 scale. So when you get into the different vendors of toys, it could really differ for scale sizes. There are some collectors out there that take 1/64 scale toys, put them in displays to take to shows, or take some really unique photos with them. This being here is a dairy farm set where you could just pretty much have a barn and you have cows and that kind of stuff to make any kind of set with. And then you can take your 1/64 scale toys, your tractors, your balers, and that kind of stuff, and sit them along with this to make a really nice, unique photograph or a nice display set for your 64 scale toys. Going down the line here, another toy by ERTL. This is their construction line, and then their die-cast construction line. Most of them come at 1/50 scale. As you can tell, a little bit bigger than the 1/64. Another 1/64 scale. This is a nice harvesting set by ERTL. You can get a lot of different items all in one for a decent price. ERTL has a series called Big Farm, which is their plastic toy series for everyday play pretty much. These come in, bigger 1/16 scale, and then they also make some smaller items as well. This would probably still be considered a 1/16 scale toy. In their Big Farm series, you may not see scale sizes as much. The Big Farm series also has lights and it makes some sounds. So as for your kids that like to play with toys every day, the Big Farm series, you can't beat it for the size and the price point. So now we're moving up to the 1/32 scale. As you can see here, we got a 32nd scale New Holland T8 here with rear tracks made by ERTL. And then as you can see here, if I pull this T7 off the shelf, this is a 1/32 New Holland by Universal Hobbies. So they're along the same scale size, I would say. There are probably some slight differences in size, but they both companies label it as a 1/32 scale size. With the Universal Hobbies one, there's a lot of detail in here. I would say not a toy that you want to have a little kid playing with. Universal Hobbies, like I said before, they're more as a collector items. They're very fragile, and just the wrong, I mean, even the headlights on here, they're just so fragile they could break with just, a little pressure from the hand. Same with ERTL. Their toys are very detailed as well, but they are built with more die-cast metal, and the tires are most of the times rubber. So they can take your playing, as you can see in the box, somewhere here for ages 3+. I'm not quite sure on here if it says the age, but I'd recommend 14+ for the Universal. So as we move up to the 16 scale is where you'll find a lot of the collector, really nice die-cast toys. One of my favorites is the steam engine that ERTL has produced. I mean, the detail on this is very nice piece to add to any kind of showcase or just to collect for the years to come. SpecCast, the other brand we carry for the 16 scale, they make very nicely detailed stuff as well. You want to be careful though with these 16 scales. There's some that they're labeled on the box for 14+. They're adult collectibles. The other 16 scale is by Universal Hobbies. They make some nicely detailed, very fragile items, small pieces, very nicely detailed. They make some older stuff, David Brown, older case tractors. SpecCast makes a lot of the older Farmall, IH stuff, and ERTL just makes it from old to new. So there's a lot of different toys out there for the 16 scale. Like I said in the beginning of the video, we have a nice, unique product line for Kubota. Kubota does a nice job of making toys for your everyday play and also your collectibles. You really can't go wrong with their different toy selection. They make some die-cast items. Universal Hobbies doesn't make those. Your SVL skid loader, very nicely detailed. They're not that big, but they're very nice collectible. As you can see, the detail in the M7 with the headlights, the rear duals, the steps, the gas tank. I mean, you can see it all. They also make some collectible items as far as an old L200, which this model here is serialized on the base. Only 2,500 of these were produced. So each one has a different number there on the base out of 2,500. So if you have any questions on toys or wondering what we can get to meet your needs, give us a call here at Messick. We're available at 1-800-222-3373 or view our inventory online at messick.com. Thank you.